2022 was an awesome year for video games in our industry. Between Patreon, Steam, and itch.io, there were over 2,500 new releases this year, taking us to almost 10,000 titles released since 2015. And that's without including most of the Japanese market. Out of those thousands of new games and projects, here are my picks for the best of 2022. To start this year's list, we're going to look at the best games representing each of the most popular flavors. First up is Top Romance Game. This was one of the most competitive categories this year, as there were a lot of excellent titles that came out. However, I went with the one that was the biggest emotional roller coaster for me, Leap of Faith. This completed title was not only a touching and poignant story, it also deals with more serious themes of depression and self-harm. I'm definitely not the only one to think so, as this was one of the highest rated new releases on Steam this year. And I highly recommend it to anyone looking for a more story-driven experience. Leap of Faith is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam and their Patreon, with a free demo available on itch.io. Next up is one of my favorite popular flavors to talk about, NTR. Because I can always count on a legion of people to tell me how it isn't really popular and how destructive this flavor is. Safe and healthy outlets for sex and sexuality reduce crime and improve overall mental health. Every flavor that we deny an outlet for directly contributes to making the world a less safe place for both men and women. I totally get that no one person is going to like every flavor, but allowing a place for each flavor is in everyone's best interest. This year's pick for top NTR game is Countess in Crimson. You and your girlfriend are stranded in the Carpathian Mountains, and there are eldritch forces looking to claim your souls and your sanity. How will you survive, and who will still be at your side? Countess in Crimson is available for PC on Steam, where there is also a free demo. Man, making me get all serious on what's supposed to be on a lighthearted list. Sticking with popular fictional things that are terrible ideas in real life, we have the top harem game, Myst. Seriously, this should have been one of the contenders for Game of the Year, but it was banned right before its release by Steam. That's too bad, because this magical, low-key horror title has great pacing, mechanics, and animations. This is definitely one of the must-play games of 2022. Myst is available for PC, Mac, and Android on Patreon and itch.io. Now we have my pick for top LGBTQIA+ game, Nightshade, You're the Drug. Representation and diversity are fantastic things that can make any society stronger. Unfortunately, some types of diversity are just seen as a box to check, with little to no effort to actually create something new and meaningful. Nightshade is one of the rare LGBTQIA+ games that has representation of the community while still giving the characters interesting backgrounds and behaviors that make them feel like they have an actual personality rather than just their identity. This completed game also has great world building and a thrilling story of drugs and assassins that makes it feel like a modern grimdark experience. Nightshade, You're the Drug is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam and itch.io. My pick for top monster game, Orc Massage, is absolutely one of the most cheerful and chill titles on this year's list. You play as an orc who has to help different monster girls relieve their stress. There's no existential dread or nameless horror here, as you work as a cog in the machine to help sustain and perpetuate a bloated consumer state. Nope, none at all. Orc Massage is available for PC on Steam. Now it's time for my pick for Best Girl. Who has done the most to promote and grow our industry in a positive and awesome way? For 2022, that person is Project Melody. While their game, Project Melody: A Nut Between Worlds, was the top new Patreon of 2022, Melody has also been a powerful force for the industry since she came on the scene 3 years ago. I look forward to more and more voices with her reach and impact emerging as our community continues to grow. Project Melody: A Nut Between Worlds is available for PC on their Patreon. Looking back at the 200 plus videos that I have released over the past 2 years, it's obvious to see that I'm a sucker for hand-drawn titles, and my pick for best art in a game, The Divine Speaker, reflects this preference. This completed game has stunning CGs, character designs, backgrounds, like everything is just so beautiful. There's even a 270-page art book. Yeah, there may not be any animations in this game, but this category is called Best Art, not Best Animations. The Divine Speaker is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam. I had a really hard time with the next pick, Best Music in a Game. Music in games in our industry have quickly moved from being an afterthought or entirely absent to being a pivotal part of the overall gameplay experience. And there were so many great games to pick from in 2022 because of this. This year, I went with Long Live the Princess. The score in this completed high fantasy title is a fantastic mix of whimsical and powerful, leading to a little bit scary later on, which fits the overarching themes of magic, murder, and corruption. Long Live the Princess is available for PC, Mac, and Android for free on their Patreon. I don't like to let my personal preferences influence my game reviews. Flavor preferences tend to be way more impactful to how much a person enjoys a game, way more than genre, plot, or gameplay mechanics. I mean, a great game has all of those things, but most of us aren't going to play a game with flavors that we hate. It doesn't matter how good it is otherwise. That being said, the game I enjoyed playing most this year was Memoirs of a Battle Brothel. I love the combination of magical and technical in a dystopic cyberpunk apocalypse, and had so much fun navigating all of the different factions. I liked how this completed title plays as a game with adult content, not solely focusing on the various optional relationships with your guild members in order to progress. You are even given the option to buy a pet and play with it. If Commander Shepard can have a miniature giant space hamster, then I should be able to have a cat in each game that I play. Oh, and I just want to thank the developers for making the monsters in the free roam areas visible, as opposed to Final Fantasy style random encounters. Why is this gameplay mechanic from the 1900s still a thing? I seriously love this game, and it kills me that a stupid title and poor marketing kept so many people from trying it out. Memoirs of a Battle Brothel is available for PC on Steam and their Patreon. At the start of 2022, I had high hopes that Game of the Year was not going to be another college harem title. Orc Massage, Tame It, and Karen's Prison all came out strong, while Being a Dick Season 2 seemed to stumble. Then came disastrous new releases in both the College Bound and College King series, and I thought maybe the community has moved on from college harem games, just like it did from the insane glut of puzzle games. Then Fresh Women came out on Steam in August, and it exploded. Yeah, I knew it was coming out, and it was the top new Patreon game of 2021, but usually it takes more time to develop a game that makes it to the top. I guess not with this game. If I had to guess, it's the mixture of all the most popular flavors that aren't also polarizing, combined with fantastic renders and animations. And yes, the title plays a part as well, in that it tells you exactly what kind of flavors to expect in one really stupid and really clever word. So congratulations to Fresh Women, my game of the year for 2022. You have doomed us all to another year of increasingly vapid and derivative college harem games. I guess the unchecked explosive growth of this seemingly unstoppable flavor is only fitting, as 2023 is the year of the rabbit. May God help us all. There you have it. Thank you to everyone who spent 2022 with me exploring all of the new games and flavor combinations. And to everyone new, welcome. Thank you so much to my supporters on Patreon. Almost all of these videos are demonetized by YouTube. I know, shocking. And given the fact that I don't accept sponsors, Patreon is currently this channel's only form of revenue. Like, I don't even accept keys or private builds from developers, which is pretty much unheard of in the video game industry. But I have this insane notion of this whole trying to have journalistic integrity thing going on. I know, crazy. Seriously though, check out the Patreon page. Not only will you find all the links to the games from each video there, because YouTube seems to hate all forms of sex and sexuality, you'll also find more ridiculous videos involving flavors and topics that would totally get me banned here. Thanks especially to my best girl tier of Bob Sellers, Xavron, Lockhart, Trude Perkins, and Tyler Hunter. You and all of the other patrons have allowed me to focus full time on the channel, and without your support, I wouldn't be where I am today. You all are awesome. Let me know what you think. What would you have picked for each of these categories? What do you think is in the running for Game of the Year for 2023? Do you have any other predictions or thoughts? 2022 was a fantastic year of growth, even while the rest of the video game industry declined, and I know two things for sure about 2023. 1. We're going to see even more new and amazing games come out as the bar continues to rise in the adult games industry. And 2, that Microsoft seriously overpaid for the bloated cadaver that is Activision Blizzard. Until next time, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's support on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you all.